Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our program tonight, Home Cooking with Chef Larcher. And man, we're getting close to the holiday season. We're like a week and a couple days away from Thanksgiving, and I'm already starting to think about what are we going to do for Thanksgiving. We got some good ideas here. This is Chef Miguel Larcher and our assistant chef Emily Graham. So welcome back also to our studio audience. We got some people in the house here today. So
welcome. Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Exciting.
Yep. All right, so what do we got cooking today? What's on the menu?
Well, it's things that I haven't done yet. So we're going to create, and you guys...
Wait, you said you haven't done this yet?
No.
Okay.
So we're going to discover together. So it's going to be fun.
Okay.
It might work, it might not work, but let's see what happens.
Right?
I love it. I love it.
Let's do
This
it.
is real.
So one of the dishes is like a chayote, and we're going to talk about chayote au gratin, and the other one is sweet potato plantain pie.
Wow.
Yes.
Pie
So,
made out of sweet potatoes and plantains.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
So we're going to check it out and see how it works. That's exciting.
All right, so we'll turn it over to you guys, and you show us how to prepare things, and we'll catch up with you guys a little bit later.
Okay.
All right.
Are you excited about this?
Yeah, I actually am. I had no idea what we were going to do, and I'm really excited. Like, I haven't even seen one of these in my life.
Yes.
This is new.
This is, they call it in Mexico, they call it squash. It's a squash. So I say squash, butternut squash, and all those things. It's like Thanksgiving. Why not to use this?
Right.
So we're going to put some turkey inside, some veggie turkey. We're going to put some chipotle corn in it. So you're going to make it like a nice gratin, casserole kind of, and Thanksgiving style. Okay.
Okay, cool.
And the next thing will be a sweet potato plantain pie. So we'll talk about this first.
Okay.
But right now, let's work out. We're going to make a white sauce, like a bechamel. Okay? You know what is a bechamel?
Bechamel?
Yes.
Bechamel. Is that French?
Yeah, it's a French sauce. It's the mother of sauce. So from the
what?
mother, it's like a
mother sauce?
Yes, a mother sauce.
Oh, like the mother ship. So it's like the mother of all sauces?
Yeah,
Like the basic sauce?
There's many mother sauce, but this is one of them. And from this, you can do a multitude of sauce.
Okay,
so it's good to learn this basic. I think you learn about it being in class, I think class 1 or something. Let's see if you remember.
Like 2 years ago?
Yes. Oh, 2
year ago?
2 years ago. That's true, actually. It's 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're going to take some balance there. You're going to take about 3 tablespoons of this and put it here in this pot there, okay?
Okay.
And then you're going to bring to melt the butter, and then we're going to add the flour in it, okay? We're going to about 3 tablespoons of flour also. I don't really know if it's a tablespoon this, but use your hand. Yeah, like at home.
Okay,
at home, what you will do, you will use your hand, don't you? Yes. So, okay, let's do the same thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. Okay, put it on the fire. The flame on. Is it on? Yeah. And then after this, you're going to the other one.
You need that one on though still, right?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay. Awesome. So and let's put a little bit of onions inside. That was not in the plan, but why not? Anyway. So just cut a quarter of it.
A quarter?
Just half. Then use a quarter. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Perfect. And then dice it.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I'm going to take some green onions, scallions there, and just the same thing. Oh man, the table is squeaky.
I know, it
Hopefully
really
it's not here, right?
I think I forgot one of these steps this time. Whoops.
Okay, I found a way to keep it all squeaky. Okay, that's good.
I know, it's shaking.
Yes. Okay, something good.
That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that's
smaller.
good enough. Okay, you can go ahead and put it in the things.
All right.
How was your day so far? Your day have been great?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, we at school we played fox and geese in the snow. Do you remember that? Did you ever play that when you were a kid?
Fox and geese.
So you take your shoes
Yeah.
and you scuff out a trail. It's like line tag.
Oh, really?
And you have
And so everybody follow.
It's like tag, but you have to stay on the lines that you make.
Line.
Yeah. Anyway, it was really fun.
And that's original. I never heard this, but that's sounds good.
Geese.
Okay, now we can put some of the flour in. Right. Let it cook a little bit. In the meantime, you can put some garlic. Okay,
Ooh,
1 clove garlic in.
Okay, so how much flour?
Flour we're going to do equal proportions. It's like a roux. R-O-U-X. So we
Yes.
could melt the flour, the butter.
Okay.
We can put sauteed onions. You don't have to put onion in it. And then we put some flour, 3 tablespoons of flour also.
Okay, because it's,
so it's so we
equal.
create a bechamel. And from this,
Bechamel.
and yes, a bechamel. Okay, and from this, after this, we're going to put some nutmeg and
I love it.
excellent. And then we can change this mother sauce from a mornay sauce. A mornay sauce is when you put cheese into the sauce.
Okay.
So this white sauce, okay? So
Okay.
go ahead and put it, the garlic, and put your 3 tablespoons of flour.
Okay.
Okay? I'm checking this bread. I'm making,
Ooh, that looks
the bread is
good.
perfect. That's it for the croutons, not the croutons, the breadcrumbs. We need to
Oh,
blend it
nice.
and put it in after that, okay? Okay,
Okay.
3 tablespoons of that.
All right.
You can heat it up, it's fine.
Is it? Okay. All right,
Because
cool.
I want the texture to be kind of,
Is there-
put a little
do I
bit
need a
more.
whisk or something?
Yeah. Yes, oh, a whisk, yes. Okay, let me give you one. Here,
Thanks.
yeah, you don't want it, yeah.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's gonna
stir it
burn.
nicely. Yes, perfect. You have it. And then after this, we're going to about 2 cup of soy milk. This is like
Okay.
the plain one. Make sure it's original, plain, nothing. Otherwise, it'll be sweet. And
Okay.
some of them are okay. Now
Is
you
it
want to
2
make
cups?
sure the roux cook. So you want to stir it for 1 minute, about 40 seconds to 1 minute. You want to make sure it's cooked, okay? Otherwise,
Okay.
what will happen if it's not cooked well? It will be there will be like a flour taste into
Oh.
your thing. So you don't want that, okay? So you want to cook your flour well first. Okay, that should be fine. Now let's put your milk.
The milk. Okay.
So you're
And you
going
said
to
2 cups?
yes, about
Okay.
2 cups. Okay, go ahead. Let's do this, and and you want to stir it as you go. How are you going to do it?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I'll pour this in
Yeah.
here and then I'll stir it with the other
Yeah.
hand. Unless we're
Because you
gonna
don't want to
team
create
tag
lump.
this.
Okay, a roux is like cold.
What?
Can you see? Come this way. Come this way.
Oh, I'm
Millie.
sorry.
Yeah. A roux is
Sorry, guys.
is cold milk
Okay.
with hot flour. Okay. So
Cold milk and hot flour?
Yes. So it
Okay.
doesn't create a lumps. If it's hot and hot, it's
Yeah.
going to be lumpy. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
All right.
I hold it for you.
Thanks.
Okay, stir it fast a little bit. Don't put yet.
Faster?
Don't put
Wait,
more.
what?
Yeah. Let's make sure it's well incorporated the milk with the flour. Then you can add the rest. For
Okay.
the liquid, okay. Perfect.
Yes, I got you.
Yeah. Make sure the corner, especially. This is
Right.
the corner. Is yeah, perfect. Go ahead and now add your rest of the milk.
Okay.
Put the rest also. 1 more cups.
Can you get that
Yeah.
side?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Yes. 1 more cups. And then that's really, really great. Yes. It's not really 1 cup, so you're going to put a little bit more. Okay. It seems
yeah.
like it is.
I didn't want to spill it. So I'll add some more.
Okay, yes. Yes.
I gotta top it off here.
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that enough? You
Yeah,
think?
that's good.
More?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. So then after this, we're going to put some, I like to use some
Ooh.
fresh thyme. So, okay, so you're going to just pull it out like this. We don't have to chop it, just pull it out and put it
Yeah.
inside also, okay?
Okay, awesome. Do I need to keep stirring every now and then? Yeah.
From time to time, yes. I'm going to give you another one.
Ooh. Time is really
Ah, yeah.
satisfying to strip time.
Yes,
Yeah.
just for the sake of time. Time is satisfying.
That's really bad, Chef. Thank you.
yes. Okay, so after this, salt to taste. Emily, go ahead.
Oh no, salt to taste. No, this is like.
I know you can do it. And
All right.
yeah, that's fine. I will put maybe a little bit more. You know, the chayote itself is I put some salt for it.
Más than a half
Do you
a
put
teaspoon?
a whole half a teaspoon?
I put a half a teaspoon. Yeah,
Okay.
is that enough?
We're going to taste it as well. Okay?
Okay.
We're going to taste it.
Okay.
Have you, because you
never
never
put
tried
enough salt
chayote
and stuff.
before, I want you to take one and try it.
Okay.
Take one. Taste one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Where's the little one? There's a little one there.
Why? Are you
you guys,
afraid?
you guys want to try these? Try.
Okay,
see
come
what-
over there. Come try
Yeah.
one. Here.
Hang on, let me
I'll give
come
you a
behind
spoon.
you, Daniel, because I gotta use this here real quick. Excuse me. Sorry, guys.
It's cool because I cook it in advance, but Huh?
No, that's good.
Yeah, it is. It's not bad, huh?
No.
You guys like it?
Is it mixed with like a watermelon? It's like
Yes,
something
it's
like
yes. There is yes.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
It's good.
huh?
It'd probably be better hot, but it's
No, yeah, exactly.
I think-
Yes, when
I
it's,
agree.
Yes, it'd be really,
don't-
really.
very kind of salty.
It's yes, it's exactly yes. It's like it seems like it's a lot of water inside, but it's not because we boil it. You're going to get it.
I do not like squash, but that is
Okay.
some of the better
Maybe
squash that I've
I
had.
shouldn't mention squash. I should mention pear or something. It's like a pear.
I mean, that helps. When you said watermelon, that helps me a little.
So
thank you.
basically, let me show you to the camera. Basically,
Okay.
what we did is like stir it from time to time.
Yeah.
We peel this. Okay, this was like this, the shallot. You want to peel it and make cubes with it, and then bring it to a boil with about a little bit of water with salt. Bring it to a boil about 20 minutes to be cooked. Okay, this is what we want to do. Yes. Okay. Okay, it's getting there.
I mean,
In the
yeah.
meantime, while when we watch something boiling, it never work, Emily. When we it doesn't work when we watch it boiling. Okay, let's taste it. Okay,
Okay.
taste it
Alright.
and see if you need. We're going to put some nutmeg inside. You see the nutmeg I have here? So this nutmeg, as you see the shot we showed you earlier, you can show that again. Okay, so this nutmeg, this is like on top of this nutmeg is called mace. So this is the mace on top, and inside there is the shells. I have the shell there from the Caribbean. Okay, this is the nutmeg itself. So what I would do, I would just crush it like this, Emily, and oh, this one is bad. Okay, and this inside is the nutmeg.
Okay.
Yes, that is the nutmeg.
Yeah.
And then, the smell, Emily, the other side. The
Oh,
smell,
I'm sorry. Every
the
time I
smell is incredible. Emily,
forget.
here.
I'm left-handed.
Here.
I'm sorry. Oh.
Smell it.
Oh.
No,
What?
grate it.
Grate it?
I grate it for you.
Wait, what do you want me to do?
no, here, I grate it. Okay, smell it.
Oh. Oh man, that's really good.
It's incredible, you see?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Mm.
nice.
it's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
holiday, yeah, Emily?
Nothing like fresh.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, put some,
Okay.
put some inside.
Okay, how much do you
Not too
want?
much, just,
Oh, I'll stay on this side.
yes,
Sorry.
yes. I need to remove that.
It's my.
Yeah, a little bit more. Wonderful, that's good.
So just
yes.
a dusting over top.
Yes, that's
Okay.
good. Now you stir
Beautiful.
it and taste it to see if it's missing any salt. And the
Well,
same thing with cinnamon.
You
Amy-
might want to try it because
I
I
will
mean
show you
I
how
don't
to do that.
I don't like things salty at all, so I don't know if it has enough.
Okay,
Like I'm.
let me see. You
don't
taste
know.
it?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I didn't try it with the nutmeg,
Mm.
but
I think it's good.
good. Good.
Mhm.
I
I'm
think
glad
it
you
would
didn't
be
put
too
more
salty
salt.
if we put more. What?
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't put more.
Yeah, me too.
It's perfect.
Okay,
Good,
good.
Emily. Awesome. So now let's bring it here.
The pot?
Yes, let's bring the pot here.
Okay.
So as I say to our friends that's watching also and Emily, so
Yeah.
we pre-cooked this already. So we had this ready.
Did you say pickled it?
No, we pre-cooked them.
Oh, pre-cooked.
Yes.
Pre-cooked.
You
I'm
haven't
sorry.
been with me around for a long
I'm
time, so my
sorry.
French is really bothering you right now.
Oh, I love it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll try.
So now we're going to put some of this. Put a handful of this.
Ooh,
Emily.
okay.
Yes.
And this
is
is
mozzarella.
Diet
yes.
cheese?
Yeah,
Okay.
they are cheese.
Like this much?
Yes.
Diet.
And so now it's becoming a sauce mornay. It's a cheese sauce. That's
Sauce.
another sauce that the French use also.
But
Okay.
it sounds like you're saying sauce moldy.
Mornay.
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 Yes,
Okay, thank
mornay.
you.
Yes.
That's more appetizing. Mornay. Sauce
Oh, we're
mornay.
having fun today. We're having a lot of fun. Okay, so next I'm going to put some chipotle, just to give it some heat to it.
Oh
okay?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wow. This is gonna definitely have some heat. Do you guys like heat? Okay, good.
I hope so.
Oh,
Okay, so now I have.
yeah.
And the meal is.
Smells good.
Then after this, we're going to let's.
Morning.
You think it's too big or what do you think? This which one?
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing.
A gratin. We do a gratin.
Sorry.
We're going to do a gratin. Okay, this one. You see, I brought my dish from home and I forgot to bring it.
Oh.
I changed car with my wife in the last minute,
Yeah.
and so so I found this one, so we're going to use that.
Okay, that's great.
Okay. Hopefully it'll be enough for everybody. That's the thing. It's more.
No. I'm
okay.
glad you changed cars. She has the snow tire, the
Yeah,
weather tires,
yes,
right?
the weather tires.
Okay,
And
good.
I didn't have time to change it. So, okay, so we're going
Yeah.
to take a bowl. We're going to put everything in a bowl first.
Okay. Just like,
Okay, so let's put this in a bowl.
okay.
This bowl.
Oh,
yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Watermelon squash.
Watermelon squash, chayote. In French, it's called Christophine.
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 Yes.
That's really pretty.
That's really nice the way you
Sounds like
say
a
it.
gem or something.
Christophine, yes. And
Chayote.
they call it chocho, chayote, Christophine.
Okay.
Yes, all those things. Yes. I'm sorry. This is on your way. Oh man, let's take this out. We don't need this anyway. So, okay, so go ahead,
This
put it
goes in
in.
here?
Yes.
All right, cool.
That's amazing already, huh?
It is. Wait, what's the green? Oh, you chopped up chives.
Yes,
missed
I
that
put some.
part.
Yes.
Okay. So we had the white onion and then we added chives. That just makes it really pretty
Yes.
and adds flavor. I need a spoon or something. 'Cause this is, I don't want to miss that.
You want-
This is like,
Yeah.
here we go.
Okay.
Can I use this one?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so after this, we're going to add the corn.
Okay.
A little bit of corn inside, and also the turkey. Okay.
Okay.
You see how easy this meal? This meal is very easy to make, and I'm sure it's the most delicious meal you
Wait, what?
ever try. This is one of great meal. This meal is incredible. You will like it.
I'm
This-
excited.
yes.
I'm very excited. It
Okay.
smells amazing. So,
Yeah,
corn
yeah,
also?
Yes.
All of it?
Yes.
How much corn did you put in here? Is this a can? About a can?
Yes.
15 ounce?
I would say use only 1 cup, full cup. Let's try to use a full cup of
Just
this.
a cup?
Yes, just a cup.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
We're going to the bubble nugget. Soon the bubble nugget is not quite ready.
Okay.
Okay, so we blend
This is
this,
gonna
and
be
then
cool.
we're going to cut some of the turkey.
Okay.
So we have veggie turkey. You can find it at the Nature's Nest. Nature's Nest, they sell all this turkey. Wonderful. I like this brand. It's vegan also.
Is this
And,
Worthington brand or not?
Wellington.
Well-
I don't know.
Oh,
Is
it's
it?
okay. Está bien.
Yes.
I mean, it's okay.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So you can
This
see
is so awesome.
it's more like this. Beautiful, huh?
And you just want this kind
Yes,
of diced?
we
or-
dice it, and then we put it into the.
There's flour on here. All right. How small?
Yes,
like
that's
that's
good.
okay.
That's perfect. Okay,
Okay.
you can put it in.
All right.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm doing my croutons. I'm going to make small little croutons on top.
In here or no?
No,
'Cause they're
after
gonna
this, we
add
put it on
dry,
top
yes.
here, and
Okay.
then put it on top. Okay,
I
and then
gotcha.
we're going to bake it at 350 degrees for about until golden brown on top. So it'll be about 20 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you want to take a little bit of
Yeah.
butter there, spray it a little bit. Take your hand, it's fine. Put your hand there. This is what we do at home, isn't it?
I mean, this is my butter from home, so.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, this is what you do at home.
Yeah, but I'm never, if I ever serve guests from here.
No,
have to
it's
buy more
fine.
butter.
It's fine. It's okay. If you wash your hand, it's clean, so you can do it at home. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, you cook it.
And you cook it, so it's
Well,
fine.
no, but like this is, if you want to put this out on the table and be like, hey.
Ah, you
here's
take the
your-
first. You take the top. You scrape the top.
That's right.
and
I'm gonna scrape the top.
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
All right. Anyway, so this is almost done.
Okay, let's give it a taste first, huh?
That?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Why is that? You don't want to try
I
it
don't
again?
know. I mean, yeah, sure. I guess I was trying to remember what was in it. If it was on.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. We'll try it.
It's good, man.
Do
Missing
you think
salt.
it's?
Because what happened now?
Oh, because we added everything else.
Yeah, we added everything, so we're going to put a
All
little
right,
bit
well,
of
I
salt,
won't try it yet then.
and I'm going to put some nutmeg also, more nutmeg.
Okay.
And more chipotle also. I don't think it needs a little bit more chipotle.
Okay.
It should be more hard. I wish it could be. Okay. Okay, go ahead, stir it.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, actually, serrano
Oh,
pepper. This is what
oh.
yes. I'm not going to take the seed out. I'm going to leave all the seed with it.
You are?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
I gave a hard time today.
I smell it.
It smells.
I'll just remember that it's not onion and I can't eat it plain like last time.
Oh,
Then I'll-
yeah,
then I'll be
that's
fine.
true. In the class, you did that.
Yeah, yeah, I took
And
a
nobody
big bite.
saw it. Yes, you took a big bite to
No,
it.
thankfully. Okay. Ooh, that was bad.
Yes, it
choking.
was. I was worried for you.
Some people, no problem. But, okay, so this is gonna add some more heat, some more flavor.
Yes.
So you had serrano,
Yeah.
serrano.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Está
Excellent.
mejor o
It's
no?
great. A little bit more of that,
Más sal. Okay.
and we're done. Do you want to come try it? Come taste it.
Yeah.
Give me your opinions, and we're going to act upon it.
Hopefully I mixed this in well enough with all the salt.
Okay.
And más nutmeg. All right.
Go ahead, take a try.
Kind of different.
And we and we bake it also.
Needs a little more spice.
Yes.
More spice?
So
But it's good.
now when
Okay,
you're going
okay.
to bake, you're
I
going
like
to be all the
this.
spice.
I
Yes,
like
you're going
this.
to be all the spice.
All right, awesome. You're gonna kill me over here. More spice. He says more. No! Put more
No,
in.
but when you're going to
All right.
bake, okay.
Good for
go
you.
ahead.
Good for you. I want to
One
try it a
One
little.
more time.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. I think it is really good.
Awesome. So you changing your mind about chayote?
I mean, it's growing on me.
Okay.
Okay.
Voilà, mademoiselle. Allez-y.
Okay. What was this called again?
Chayote.
but like the
this
dish?
is called chayote squash au gratin.
Oh, a gratin.
Okay, au
Yeah,
gratin.
that's
Okay.
cool. All right. So,
Okay.
ready for some croutons?
Then we put the crouton on top,
Beautiful.
and then after this we're going to add more cheese on top. Okay.
Okay. That's gonna be really good. The texture.
Yes, it will.
All right. How much cheese do you think?
Put a
Ma?
little bit more. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Awesome.
Even, right? Yeah.
Yes. And I'll go put it in the oven. And we're ready for the next things. And while we're waiting, while we're doing this, now it's time for our Bible nugget. Okay, so we're going to put it, we're going to bake it.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to put it in the oven. Yay!
Just good. Just in
Back,
the
everybody. Some great stuff going on here tonight. So we're going to pick up where we left off last time. Last time we were talking about, in our spiritual minute, what the Bible has to say about health laws, and are they still relevant today? And we discovered that, surprisingly, they still are. Last time we talked a little bit about what the health laws talked about in forms of what people could eat. So God gave some laws to Moses to share with the nation of Israel, who were under a covenant relationship with God. And those guiding principles led to developing in Leviticus 11 those foods which were clean meats that they could eat, and then there were unclean meats that they couldn't eat. And we discovered that such laws were such things as they were not to eat food with blood in it. And of course, if today we know medically speaking that blood is a major irritant to your abdominal to your abdominal cavity, as it causes a lot of inflammation as it goes through your GI tract. So it also was forbidden to eat fat. Fat is unhealthy to consume. And so those were some of the things that God had told Moses, don't have the Israelites eating these foods. Leviticus 11 talked about what the distinctives were for what made things clean versus unclean. And so when we looked at Leviticus 11, it talked about clean meats had some criterion such as split hoofs, and that also they would chew cud. Now there's a difference because animals that chew cud have what we call like an herbivore stomach. It's a long GI tract, so they have a long intestine. Whereas carnivore stomachs for like dogs, they have canine teeth that are made to rip meat, and they have very short stomachs that's highly acidic to break down the meat products. The difference is that animals like cows and deer and antelope, they tend to leach out of the system those things that might have metals or other things that are toxic, and they get excreted, and they just pull out instead the healthier food, the healthier nutrition. Whereas animals that have carnivore stomachs with a highly acidic breaking down tend to retain in the meat that they eat the metals. There was a problem back a while ago in the Great Lakes when there was fishing, because there was a time when we weren't so conscientious about having cars and having ships that were not bio-friendly, you would say. And so there were some toxins, and the fish would get lead, and mercury in the water. And then, of course, that would be in the meats that you would eat. We're a lot more conscientious of that. The fish in the Great Lakes are a lot cleaner than they were back a few decades ago. But so based on the fact that some foods are healthier as far as meats go than others, God gave these criterion. So split hooves and chewing cud for land animals. For sea animals, they must have both fins and scales. We talked about how the American flyers during World War II in the Pacific, if they were shot down, the government came up with research that showed, well, the best thing for you to do is stay away from these kinds of seafoods because they're poisonous. And after 100,000 or more spent on research in that area, they concluded that probably the easiest way to go is follow the Leviticus 11 guidelines of fins and scales. And if you follow that guidelines, you won't have any problems with anything being poisonous that you would be eating for meat. Also for birds, those birds would be clean who would be eating largely vegetarian foods like different kinds of nuts, different kinds of berries and stuff like that, compared to the carnivores. For example, the ones that swoop down on the carrion or the roadkill, they were not so healthy to eat for you physically. So the text from the Old Testament is still in effect. We read 1 Timothy 4:4, for every creature God created is good, and nothing is to be refused if it is received with thanksgiving, for it is sanctified by the word of God and prayer. So where do we find what sanctifies it? It's found in the word of God. So that's where you read what the Bible has to say, and there's those guidelines in Leviticus 11 that guide us. So the word of God in Paul's day is the same as it is in our days, the Old Testament. So we find out something else that we look at what Paul had to say. Paul gave reasons why we should be careful as to what we eat in our diet. He says, Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, he says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. So Romans 12 follows Romans chapters 1 through 11, where he lines out that all have sinned, that all are in need of a Savior. He lines out that Christ has died on the cross for us, and that by grace, through faith, we can receive the gift of salvation. He lines out the power of the Holy Spirit that is able to help us to transform us, and that we can have peace and grace through Christ. But then he says, in light of all that Christ has done for us, then our part is to offer our bodies a living sacrifice. Paul also goes on to write in 1 Corinthians that he says, or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have from God, and you are not your own. You've been bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and your spirit. So we are stewards of this body temple that God has given to us, and we are not our own. We belong to him based on all that he's done for us. Then he says in 1 Corinthians 10:31, therefore whatever you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. So we already talked about the eating part. We'll talk about drinking tonight. But before I do that, I'll tell you a story about Phineas Gage. Phineas Gage was a railroad worker that worked in Vermont back in the 1800s. And they were blasting and laying lines through Vermont, a lot of hills there in Vermont. He was a happily married man. He had children, and everything was great. On this particular day, he got up on September 13, 1848, and he went out to work. And the way it was first they would blast a long hole in the ground, in the rock, and then they would put in gunpowder, and then they would put in sand. They would have a fuse down there, and then they would light the fuse, and then there would be this big explosion. But he would tamp, before they would do that, he would tamp that gunpowder, and he would tamp that sand down with this long iron. It's about 3 feet long, about 1 inch thick, and it was about 13 pounds in weight. This particular day, he might have been thinking about something, I don't know what, but he put the gunpowder down, and he forgot to put the sand down. So when he put that tamping iron down and he hit the rock, there was a spark. And that hit because there was no protection for the gunpowder, that caused an immediate explosion. And that shot the steel rod right below his left eye, through his brain and out the top. And back in that day, there was no antibiotics, so chances are he's going to die. He was unconscious for a little while, but he came to. Strangely enough, he survived. But now there was some problems, because where that iron had gone, and can you imagine a 3-foot iron going through your head, out the top, and surviving it? But it had hit the connections to the frontal lobes. It had also hit the connection where the balance center is for equilibrium. So Phineas Gage lost a lot of equilibrium, and he had a clumsy time at work. And he also had another problem, that his decision-making ability was greatly impaired. He went out and began to do things like heavily drink, became an alcoholic. He became a gambler. He lost a lot of money. His boss eventually fired him. He was the absolute one of the amazing best workmen they had prior to this injury. But now he was undependable, unreliable, showed up some of the time and missed a lot. So they fired him. His wife also sued for divorce because he wasn't the same guy. He wasn't responsible with the kids or the family anymore. And so eventually he ended up dying. They wanted to go back and find out what happened with him. So Harvard University paid somebody, and they actually secretly brought his body back up. They took it in, they x-rayed it, because they wanted to find out exactly where that iron went through. And that's when they discovered the equilibrium centers were impacted. But the frontal lobes is where people make moral decisions. Those were impaired as well. So no wonder that he went through what he did. But we discovered that there are some other things that impair the frontal lobe too, that make it hard for us to make good decisions. And some of that is alcohol. If you're under the influence of alcohol, often there are poor decisions that are made. I remember when I was at a hotel in Reno as we were passing through on a traveling trip, and downstairs in the lobby, as I was just walking through the lobby, I heard a inebriated young man say to his wife, they had gotten in an argument. He had been out gambling all night, and he said, he was so mad at her, he said, the next time you hear from me, you're going to hear from my lawyer. I can't help but think that maybe if he wasn't inebriated, maybe he would have had a clearer thinking, and maybe he would have been more responsible, and he might not have had what he had on the horizon for his family's future. When I lived in Montana, they said that the accident rate for moving vehicle accidents was 70% of the accidents were one driver or the other, or both, were under the influence of alcohol. And of course, being in the northern climates, we have seasonal disorder like we do here in Michigan, where darkness brings out more depression, and more depression usually brings out more drinking. So one of the things about alcohol is that something like over 10% of people with their DNA, when they're exposed to it, they're highly prone to becoming alcoholic. It's an unfortunate statistic that is way too prevalent in its effects for kids who get started at early age. I remember my cousin, when I was out visiting them in Indiana, he was 2 years old. His dad worked for an alcohol shop where my uncle, he was like the 4th largest distributor of alcohol in the state of Michigan in that quarter. But his dad always left alcohol in the refrigerator. And 2-year-old Bobby, I remember this morning watching him as he went, opened the refrigerator door, pulled out an alcohol beverage, and he popped the can and began to drink. 2 years old. And then, when I saw him previously, he was swaggering like he was a drunken sailor. So there are some things that God says, for example, in Proverbs 20, verse 1, wine is a mocker, strong drink is a brawler. Whoever's led astray by them is not wise. So one of the things that goes good with food, they say in France, is alcohol, like a wine. So the challenge is we want to be careful of our body temple because it belongs to God. He says, whatever you eat, drink, and do all to the glory of God. So it doesn't glorify God when we allow alcohol to negatively impact our decision-making centers. why not just get the grapes? There are all kinds of flavors in grapes. I used to go to school just above Napa Valley, and they have the most amazing tasting grapes just about anywhere besides France. I got to say, I'll give it to you, Miguel, but it's amazing, Napa Valley. So yes, enjoy the flavors, but you really don't need the wine part of it. You don't need the alcohol part. It's not the alcohol in the wine that gives the flavor. It's not the alcohol that gives the color. It's just the natural juice of the grape. So if we follow God's plan as outlined, that we would want to avoid things like that would negatively impact us in making decisions that we may regret. And we can enjoy the food and the beverage that God has given. As he says, whatever you eat, drink, and do all to the glory of God.
Thank you, Pastor Benson. Yes, the grapes in France are really incredible.
Yes.
Awesome. Especially in the south of France, yeah, it's incredible. But also, I went to South Africa. They have amazing grapes there also.
In South Africa?
Yeah, in Cape Town. Incredible grapes.
Wow.
It's really good. Okay, so here we're going to make those sweet potato plantain. Plantain is this.
So deceptive. It looks like a banana, but
It looks like a banana,
then
but
when
it's
you eat it raw, no, it's
yes,
not a banana.
it's a vegetable. It's can be green or it's almost ripe, but it have a sweet taste. Also, it's really nice. So what we want for this recipe, I cut it in half like this one here,
Okay.
and then I bring it to a boil for about 20 minutes, and until it gets soft enough. And then after this, and you can eat it like this with some whatever. So anything. I like to eat it when I cook with those things. Usually, my wife make like some beans next to it and dumplings, and we say now eat with the plantain or with some rice, beans, and the plantain. It's really great. Yes, and with some kale and collard green with this. Oh, this is delicious. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Okay.
So when I was
Yeah.
in Puerto Rico, we would slice it
Yeah.
and then fry it, and then
Yeah.
you could dip it in a sauce and eat
Yes.
it like chips. too.
Yes, it is true. And in my country, Martinique, they do also they slice it lengthwise like this, and they pan fry it. Then they put some warm and flambe to make it flambe. Yes, but,
Nice.
yes. So
Okay.
we're going to do the crust. We showed them already how to make the pie, the crust itself. So previous classes. So we're going to just make enough to for this one. Okay.
I always try to like,
Yes, like
do you-
this,
how
like
do you
this,
do-
like this.
yeah,
Like
no,
this.
that's okay.
This is, yes. Chef, okay, go ahead and, so yeah,
how-
put some flour on top. So you want,
Stick to the rolling pin.
and put some flour around the rolling pin also. Yeah, okay. Yes. In the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take half of this plantain,
Okay.
and I'm going to put it in a blender, okay, while you're doing this. And sweet potatoes, I bake the sweet potatoes. Well, the reason why I bake it instead of boiling, it increases the sugar content in it, okay? So it
So
releases
baking
yes.
increases sugar.
Yes, it just makes it
Sweetens it up.
sweeter. Okay, if you
Okay.
boil it, most of it won't be as sweet. So to
Okay.
increase the flavor of the
Bake
sweet
it.
potatoes, I just bake it. I bake it about at 450 degrees for about 30 minutes,
Okay.
30 to 40 minutes. Okay, so we want to peel it just like this. Perfect. You're doing such a good job on that.
I mean,
thing.
this is easier
Man.
than what did we do last time?
What
Pie
was
crust
it
is
again?
easier. Pie crust is
Ah,
like,
yes. What was?
I don't know.
the
You're
other
making
one?
bread.
Oh yes.
Some
yes.
some kind of. It was good. It was like non.
Ah, it was like a chapati,
Yeah,
something.
chapati.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make sure it's
How-
level here, and it's
Yeah.
flatter there, so make sure it's all nice level. You can always
Yes.
add more flour if you have to, huh?
Okay.
Okay.
And how big is it for this?
Yes, for that,
Oh, okay.
yes. So,
And so you want the sides to be able to
yeah.
come up.
So just if you, to measure it, what you do would be
Yes.
kind of, okay? So,
So it's almost.
Yeah.
This is missing
yeah,
some.
a little bit more on this side
Yeah.
also, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So this recipe is very simple, very easy to execute.
So this is like, it's kind of an alternative to pumpkin pie.
Yes,
Or
correct.
to, yeah.
Yes, correct.
This is
And
good.
it gives like a chestnut, how do you say?
Chestnut?
Yeah, chestnut flavor also when you
Oh.
put it on. Yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
it's just incredible. It's like, what? That's incredible. Wow. Okay, that's
I
good
can't wait
enough.
to try it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I usually put a little bit of flour on top, so and roll it,
sorry.
just put your hand flat. Yeah, just like that. And take the rolling pin.
Okay.
Yes, and roll it around. Okay, just like that.
What do you mean roll it?
Yes.
Oh, roll it around the rolling pin. I got
Yeah.
you.
Okay,
Yeah.
one thing that we did.
Yeah.
Okay, many times it's always good to put more flour on the bottom. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
good.
it's really sticking.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine otherwise. It's good. Okay. And so you're rolling back.
Okay, how?
Hold this here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. You're doing well. Awesome. Whoa. Okay.
Ah!
It's best to not actually the rolling pin to not place it on top when you roll it. It's not placed on top there because you're going to cut the dough before you.
So hold
you-
it up.
Yes. hold it
Because that's what happened.
Yes.
I cut it a little bit.
Yes. Okay.
Gotcha.
So lift the edge, just like that. You lift it up and you tuck with your finger the bottom. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So lift the edge of the dough and tuck it nice.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wonderful.
Okay.
So for this recipe, we're going a lot to maple syrup, but you know something I forgot to bring. So we're going to use I have like raw sugar, turbinado sugar. So we're going to
Okay.
put it into about 3/4 a cup. I usually put a quarter of a cup of maple syrup also. Okay.
Okay.
So
That sounds really good.
so we're going to just cut it so it'll be easy to blend, and we're going to put some coconut milk as well
Oh,
in
good.
it. Yes.
Sounds
You're
really
doing
good.
wonderful. That's perfect what you're doing there.
So, do you want the top pinched? Like, how do you
No,
want this?
after
No.
after this, what you're going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to use this here,
Mm-hmm.
use the rolling pin, and put the rolling pin, roll it on top of it.
Oh, now I can cut
Yeah.
it. Ooh, it's beautiful.
And just on that side also,
Yeah.
and then pull across out.
Wow.
That's
That
it.
was the easiest thing ever.
Yes, you see.
I
You were
like that
scared, right? You were scared at first.
I mean, yeah, sorry. I never know what's gonna happen. But that was really cool.
Yes,
Or
and then you want
easiest.
to take the fork,
Uh-huh.
and then yes.
And what am I gonna do with the
Okay,
fork?
just
What
do
do you
this.
do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
just okay.
Yes. And then I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of salt, about 3/4 cup of coconut milk, and a little bit of a tablespoon of small balance. Okay. And then we're going to put go ahead and put some nutmeg. Go ahead and put some nutmeg in, and
Okay.
the cinnamon. Okay, cinnamon bark. This is, you know, I love to do like hiking. So in the Caribbean, when I do hike, sometimes we find big trees of cinnamon.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're
cinnamon
hiking and
tree.
you find cinnamon trees.
Yeah, yes. And so you pull the bark in, and that's it. And the thing is, you can put as much you want, and it will not kill the tree.
You know what made me
Yeah.
think about?
Yeah.
You know that game when you're from when you were a kid? Did you ever play Candyland?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that
The
makes me
same
think
thing.
of Candyland.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
You're like walking through the
Yeah.
forest and there's cinnamon trees.
Yes, actually. Yes, and actually, you walk in for see mangoes. You put sticks and mangoes, some papaya, and everything.
man.
Literally, when we hike, it's
Yeah.
like you don't even have to bring so much food in your backpack because you know
Yeah.
you find it on the way there.
That's
Yes,
amazing.
That's amazing. Okay, so you can grate some. This one is a little difficult. I will use this maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells. It
yeah.
smells excellent.
I mean,
It's
that's pretty good.
there is nothing compared to like example nutmeg.
Yeah.
Powder you buy it like this
Right.
is
It's-
nothing compared to fresh nutmeg like this.
Right.
And for the holiday especially, I think it's worth to buy some fresh nutmeg, the pod itself, and the cinnamon bark.
Oh, man. You know, the first time I ever
Yeah.
saw fresh cinnamon or cinnamon bark
Uh-huh.
was at Bronner's when I was a kid.
And what you did?
Bronner's Christmas Wonderland.
Yes.
And I couldn't believe it.
Oh,
I
yes.
was like, this is what it looks like. This is what it smells like. This is the real deal. It was amazing.
I put some cloves,
Okay.
just a little bit of clove,
Wow.
clove powder.
That smells awesome.
Yes. I think put more cinnamon because
More,
it's
okay.
yes. This is like the real deal. Okay.
I just want. Did you guys? You guys
Yeah,
gotta
let
smell
them-
the
yes.
cloves.
They smell
This
the
is
clove, but not the
clove.
cinnamon. I don't know if
So-
they smell the cinnamon.
Yeah. Okay. But it's like so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, fresh. Yeah.
Ah, the clove. Yes,
I'm
the
sorry.
clove. It
That's
smells
like-
great. Okay, the cinnamon. What about this? You want to smell?
the fire?
Come over there so they can see you guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I should have. My bad.
Okay. Then you can grate it on them for them.
What?
Grate it for on
Grate
their
it on
hands.
your hand? Oh
Yes.
yeah. Okay, guys.
More cinnamon, please.
You want to use that
No,
instead? Maybe
I'm
this one
giving
is
you-
better.
Yeah, because I'm giving you chunks. Hang on.
Yeah, it's just
The broth
incredible
is
the
flaking
smell.
off in your
It's
hand.
just smell this thing. It's
let
like
me
the
use-
holiday.
what size
It's
did I
like
use?
Christmas and Thanksgiving together. It smells great.
I mean, is
Yeah,
it coming?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
And take it a star anise. Have you seen star anise before? Like this, just like it. Yes,
Yeah, I think
just
yeah.
take it
It's
with
like
you.
black licorice.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
like
yeah,
licorice.
it does smell like
Oh, this is incredible. Yes. Okay, so now we want to blend the whole things.
All right.
Go ahead. You want to put more nutmeg?
I
That's
mean,
fine.
I don't know.
Yeah, why not? After all,
Ah!
we just create
Not the
this
whole thing.
recipe, so. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Put it in a blender. Just mix
Okay.
everything in.
All right. Is there a top for this thing? This is gonna be fun. I'll
Yeah,
just use my hand.
that's the thing. Hopefully we blend.
Okay. So this is a little different than mine. Does it matter? All right. I don't. Uh-oh,
Yes.
what did I just do?
No, this.
It was working. Oh,
Oh.
that's why. I had it down to 0. We're good.
Yeah, it blend well. Let me give you something to.
Need a.
So
Yes.
soon we're almost done. So we're going to start the half nugget we need in.
Hang on.
Okay, go.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Let's
I
see.
know it's kind of
We're gonna-
tricky. It's
we
very
don't
thick,
have the
butter.
actual thing,
I
so we're
probably
gonna-
put
no,
some,
we're
some
good.
milk otherwise. Be careful, huh?
Yeah.
Careful not touch it too
I know.
much.
I know.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it in the blade.
Yeah. be
Okay.
careful.
I won't go down that far. I mean, I hope.
You scare me. I don't
Well,
even
it
know.
doesn't. I don't have the regular.
Okay.
It scares me too. It's gonna.
This is live TV, yeah? So you cannot get better than this.
Ay. Just.
Awesome.
There. Ah! See? I don't want to do it. Come over here.
You cannot get better than this. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, let me turn it all the way.
Some milk.
Yeah. Okay, so I put some milk in, Emily?
Yes. I would love to put some milk.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Okay, just put a little bit.
Okay. I like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Is that enough?
No, a little bit.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to put about a quarter of a cup, right? Of quarter of a
Okay.
cup.
Quarter.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
okay. Go ahead again.
Okay. Hang on. There we go.
And one way we can do it is to
Yeah.
blend half before and blend.
Yeah.
Okay, we're almost there.
Put the-
Okay, good.
Okay. I mean, it's getting. It's almost.
Yes.
All right.
And then even put the cornstarch here. The cornstarch will come after, okay?
Okay. Okay.
It's smooth enough.
Yeah, I just. No. I don't want to burn the motor.
Okay,
We need to
sound
like.
good. I guess we stop there.
We don't have the full blender attachment.
We don't
but
have
it
the
looks.
blender. Okay.
It looks like it's
Yeah,
pretty
it looks good. I think it's good.
blended.
Yes. So now we're going to put it in some cornstarch in it. So we want to put about a quarter of a cup of cornstarch
Oh,
because we don't put eggs in it. So
Gotta
So
have
the-
something to bind.
something to bind.
All right.
And we're going to stir it. Okay.
Okay.
While we do this, why don't we give Nadine the time to talk?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we pass on to the half nuggets. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
awesome.
Mix it well and everything.
Okay.
Hey, is it my turn? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, can I start? Okie dokie. 1 second. Okay, everyone. Good evening and welcome back to our presentation. It looks like they're having a really good time in the kitchen right now. I wish I were there, but I wasn't able to be there tonight. But if you were here last time, you remember that we actually spoke about heart disease. And tonight we're going to continue with the rest of the presentation. But the last time that we were here, we talked about all the different types of heart disease, including coronary heart disease, cardiovascular or cerebrovascular disease, which is basically a stroke, peripheral artery disease, which affects the arms and the legs, and then also deep vein thrombosis, which are basically blood clots. We talked about the most common type of heart disease, which is coronary heart disease or coronary artery disease, as most of you are used to knowing it. And we talked about the risk factors. We talked about how atherosclerosis develops. And we talked about the fact that atherosclerosis begins in young ages and the fact that they did autopsies and found this disease in people as young as 19 and 20 years old. And we gave the prescription for the prevention of heart disease, which includes decreasing your intake of cholesterol, decreasing your fat intake, increase in fiber, eating a whole food plant-based diet, maintaining a healthy weight, keeping your blood pressure within a normal range, and avoiding smoking and getting regular exercise. So the last time that we were here, we basically just talked about cholesterol. But tonight we're going to talk a little bit about fat. So we talked about cholesterol, that it's mainly made in the liver and that it is also only found in animal products, never in plant products. So tonight we're going to talk about fats. Fat has a bad rep to it, but fats are not all bad, as we will learn tonight. This picture, yeah, fat does look bad because it's a huge sandwich that I don't know of one person could eat such a big sandwich. That doesn't look very healthy, but tonight we're going to talk about the different types of fat and which ones are healthy for us and which ones are not so healthy. We do need fat in our diet, contrary to what we might hear from some sources. Fat is very important. Fat is needed to protect our bodies, the organs in our bodies. It is needed to absorb certain types of vitamins, such as fat-soluble vitamins. And there are also essential fats that we need. Essential meaning that your body does not make it, so we actually need to take it in. But you will want to overall reduce your overall intake of fat in order to help lower cholesterol levels and reduce your risk of certain chronic diseases. The recommended daily allowance of fat is about 20 to 35% of calories. If you're on a basic 2,000 calorie diet, that works out to about 44 to 77 grams of fat per day. And I think that's pretty liberal. If you're in the category of trying to lose weight, or you already have heart disease and cholesterol levels, then typically recommendations are for you to be on a low fat diet, which is about 10 to 15% of calories from fat, which is generally works out to about 20 to 30 grams of fat per day. From most plant-based sources or doctors, they usually recommend about 20 to 30 grams of fat per day, which is a healthy range, and it helps you to get the types of fat that you need, the types of fat that your body actually needs. This is good considering that the typical American diet consists of about 40% of calories from fat, and a lot of those are not the healthy fats. And so let's talk about what healthy fats look like. So there are 4 types of fat. There's monounsaturated fatty acids, there's polyunsaturated fatty acids, there's saturated fats, and then there's trans fats. Your mono and your poly unsaturated fats are considered your good fats. They're mainly found in your plant-based products, such as your nuts, your plant oils and your olives and your avocados. These are healthy fats. They tend to be liquid at room temperature. Polyunsaturated fats, however, are where your essential fats are derived from, particularly your omega-3s and your omega-6. Polyunsaturated fats help to lower cholesterol, and so does your mono. Polyfats, however, also help to reduce cardiovascular risk and help to raise your HDL levels, and has been shown to improve insulin resistance. So your omega-3s and your omega-6 fatty acids are going to be the healthiest types of fat that you need to consume in your diet, particularly the omega-3s. The omega-6, on the other hand, is also essential, but we tend to get more of that in our diet than we should. The American diet is abundant in omega-6 fatty acids, and research has shown that if we get too much omega-6 fatty acids, that it can contribute to inflammatory diseases, even cardiovascular disease and obesity. So we're getting way too much of it. What we're not getting enough of is the omega-3 fatty acids. And those are found in products such as walnuts, raw walnuts, I should say, are good because they're unsalted and they don't have all the oils in them. So it's better to get them in that fashion. Also, your flaxseed and your chia seeds and your hemp seed also contains a good amount of omega-3 fatty acids. And those are the types of fat that we need to focus on. And really all that you need is just a handful of nuts per day to get your omega-3. A tablespoon of either flaxseed or chia seed or hemp seed is enough to contain your omega-3 fatty acid for the day, 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons per day. And so your omega-3s are going to be your healthy fats because those are the ones that really help to decrease your cardiovascular risk and decrease your risk of inflammation in your body. So concentrate on those. And of course, if you can always take a omega-3 supplement. If you're wanting it from a totally plant-based source, you can use your algae source. You can get that from Amazon or what, but an algae source is a great supplement for your omega-3 fatty acids. And then we come to saturated fats. And these are where we get in trouble. We're definitely getting, probably some people are getting too much saturated fats in their diet. When it comes to heart disease, saturated fats are your main contributors of heart disease because it raises your LDL levels. And there are plant sources as well as animal sources of saturated fats. And we need to be very careful even when we get it from plant sources. So your animal sources is going to be your meat, your poultry, your fish, your dairy, cheeses, your pork, and your beef and tallow. So we generally know that these are sources of saturated fats. And probably a lot of Americans try to cut down on these. But when it comes to plant-based, in the world of plant-based, coconut oil and palm oil are going to be very also high in saturated fats. And coconut oil is very prominent in a lot of plant-based products. And a lot of us do not know that it is not the healthiest fats to use because it is very highly saturated. A major percentage of coconut oil and even coconut cream itself is very saturated. So we need to be really careful about how much of this we are consuming because it is so strategically hidden in a lot of the plant-based products. So we don't really realize it, but it is also contributing to heart disease by raising the LDL levels. And a lot of studies that were done, coconut oil does raise LDL levels. So we need to be very careful. The typical recommendation for us for saturated fats is about 5 to 6%, according to the American Heart Association. 5 to 6% of total calories is allowable for saturated fats. And that works out to about 13 grams per day. 1 tablespoon of coconut oil has about probably that amount of saturated fat in it, probably more than that. So as you can see, we probably use it too much in abundance, so we need to greatly minimize the amount of it. So also the coconut milk and the palm oil that comes with it. So just be very careful about how much saturated fats that you're getting in your diet because it definitely can raise cholesterol. Now, while saturated fats are somewhat allowable in the diet, trans fats are not. Trans fats should be avoided at all costs. When you hear the words hydrogenated and partially hydrogenated fatty acids, that is a key word for trans fats. So when manufacturers hydrogenate a product, they basically take a healthy liquid oil and they make it solid in order to make it more spreadable and prolong the shelf life. But this is not necessarily the healthiest to do. In fact, it creates havoc in the body. It increases the risk of cardiovascular disease. It increases LDL levels and triglyceride levels, and it lowers your good cholesterol, your HDL levels. So when you hear the words partially or partially hydrogenated products, or you see it on a label, leave it alone. And you know, the FDA has tried to ban, in fact, there is a law, they are banning trans fats from products, but some companies or some manufacturers are still, they're still allowing certain manufacturers to do it. The timeline should have been finished by now, but you may still see it show up on certain products. And also another thing to be mindful about is that manufacturers are not required to list trans fat if it is less than 0.5 grams. So the product may have trans fat in it. If it is less than 0.5 grams, then it will show up as 0 on the label. So just be mindful of that. And some of your trans fats, you can find them basically in processed foods such as cakes and margarines and crackers and biscuits and donuts. Microwave popcorns even have trans fats in them. So be very careful when you're buying processed foods and look for trans fat labels on them. So that's my spiel for tonight. To wrap it up, remember to focus more on your healthy fats, your monos and your polys, particularly your omega-3 fatty acids. Don't get too much omega-6s. Stay away from trans fats and greatly reduce your amount of saturated fats. So I hope you've been blessed, and God bless you, and enjoy the rest of the program for tonight. Okay.
This is the, let me bring the pie there for you guys. This is the end of the, after 40 minutes, this is what you get. The sweet potato plantain pie. Really, really delicious. I hope you do it and you show us, send us a picture and tell us what you think about it. And also, we have the butternut squash. Actually, not butternut squash. How do you call it? Chayote au gratin. Chayote au gratin. And this is,
man.
and I just want to try it. Take a spoon.
Oh, good. This is the one we made, right?
Yeah, this is the one we made.
Oh, look at this crunchiness on top, and it's bubbly.
Yes. Oh,
It's gonna be hot though. Be careful. Oh man.
this is good. This is good. You should try it at home. And let us know what you think also. We have the recipe posted for you very soon. And try it. Yeah. Yeah. It tastes really good.
You guys will try it in a second. This is amazing.
Yeah, it tastes really good.
Yeah.
So this is Thanksgiving. And your Thanksgiving, we are stuffing. But you learned the stuffing last time. So we did the cornbread stuffing. We have also, for this year, we have a
Cranberry or?
a cranberry sauce that we made, and the pumpkin and the collard green, and this together, that's a great Thanksgiving for you guys. And you have those recipes already posted from the previous Thanksgiving last year, so you can check out the stuffing and the cranberry sauce also.
Mix and match. That's a beautiful thing.
God bless. And now we want. So
I'm gonna try some soon.
you would like to try? You want to try? Do you want to try a piece of pie? Let's try the pie also. Let's take a piece of that. Let me take one knife here.
It's beautiful. I want to take a picture first.
Yes, you took Samuel took a picture.
Like I want to.
Yes. Okay. Let's take
Okay,
a.
this one?
Yes.
Awesome.
All right, so wrapping up. So I do want to show you something here. There is a magazine called The Herald, Lake Union Herald, and it talks about food, faith, and family. And you can see that it's got some pretty cool looking foods there for the holiday kind of stuff. But if you look inside, you can see that they have an article here about Chef Miguel and a little bit about his philosophy about food and how it fits in his lifestyle. And so I would encourage you to get that. Now, you can get that by going to lakeunionherald.org. That's Lake, L-A-K-E, Union, Herald, Herald.org. So go there and read it. It's a great read. There's a couple articles about food and cooking and stuff like that. So wrapping up, we're going to have to invite our guests to come up here and give a little taste before we get off air. So if you guys can come up here and kind of give us your unbiased opinion on what it tastes like, and then we want to open it up too for questions. If you have questions you want to ask Chef Miguel tonight, go ahead. After the credits, then you can text them in, and we can pick those up and share them. So, all right, talk to us about what you're tasting and what you think.
So good. I could
I
just.
like how it's rich. It's like nice and
Yeah. Awesome. Yes. And so easy to execute. You put it in a blender as long as your blender works. Yes. 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 Yes.
So
Yeah.
what about people who like something on top of that in the way?
Oh, you can
creamy
put.
nature?
We have a vegan whipped cream now. They sell in the market every day. I plan to bring it here, and I forgot. But you can put a little bit of whipped cream on top, and that's really bring it up together.
Yep. Awesome.
Okay. You like that?
Yeah, it's good.
Awesome.
All right,
Very well.
one down,
Very well.
one to go. You're gonna cut that one up, and we'd love
Yes,
you
we're
guys
going
taste
to cut
that
it.
too.
Yes.
Yeah, all the
Tell us
stuff,
what you
guys.
think.
All the stuff.
Yeah, this is the stuffing. You can
Yeah,
go
go.
ahead and this also. Go ahead and put the stuffing and give you a spoon of that. It's hot, be careful, eh? Huh?
We'll get some plates. We'll get some plates.
The stuffing? Yes, this is a good stuffing. The recipe is online. It's have been last year we did it, so you can go and find it there. Yes, okay, sound good. Okay.
All right.
No, you guys are good.
Wow. Wow.
Really?
Okay,
Oh, hey, Sim.
hello everybody. I'm back, here to answer your questions with Chef, of course.
Yes,
But
chef is
first,
washing dishes.
Pastor Bob has to tell you about the next show, which is our series finale.
So December 13 will be the series finale, and it's our last one up here, coming out of Grayling. Chef's moved downstate, and so he's beginning to do a lot of great food ministry things down there. So
right.
if you're in that area, you'll want to check that out. You can check our post on our web, and we'll probably be posting some of the things that he's doing even downstate. We're going to hope to get up and running downstate eventually, where we can have a monthly cooking class once again, but right now we don't have anything quite lined up yet. So next time will be our closeout for this season, and we're not sure when we'll be coming back. So hope you check in, but once again, if you want to be part of our studio audience, you're welcome to let us know, and we'll give you an invite, and we can handle, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 people probably. So,
That's
so
right.
we'd love to have you, and it always makes it a lot more fun when people can enjoy the cooking, and you can hear from their unbiased opinion because we're paid here. Not quite. We're all volunteers,
That's
but you know what I
right.
mean. So.
Yes.
That's right. So stay tuned for information on that December 13th show. We'll have information on our website, www.campcuisine.org, and of course, our Facebook page, which everybody knows about if you're watching on there. So we have a set of questions that we'd like to get to that have accumulated over the course of the show. So our first question comes from Serena. She asks, where can you buy the pear-looking squash, and can you tell us the name of it again?
It
Okay.
does look like a pear.
Yes, it's like a
Sorry,
pear.
it
Yeah,
looks like
it is like a squash
I
pear.
thought.
Chayote, the name is Chayote, and you can find it in Myers. Walmart sell it also. I found those one at Walmart actually. Myers have it also. Okay.
Excellent. We have a question coming from... Where is it coming from? Well, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. It's a question from Dan. He asks, what cheese or flavor profile did you use in the sauce?
Okay, I use a soy mozzarella. Okay, that's basically this. You can find your favorite soy mozzarella or any other cheese, veggie cheese you can find. It should be work. It should be fine.
Excellent. So that does it for our questions.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
thank you, everybody.
Yes.
See you next time.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Take care. We'll see you next time. This is my last time, by the way, so I'm going to say adios, and I'll be watching, and I'll be down in Mexico when they're doing the next time, so I will not be able to be a part of it. But anyway, for 3 seasons, we've been enjoying this, and we just wish you Godspeed and blessings as you enjoy your holiday season ahead. Take care.